What is going on, Earth 2 enthusiasts, novice, and everyone in between? Welcome. This is my new channel. I've mentioned it in my previous channel. As I said, I kind of explained the other channel is more dedicated towards business tips and tricks and startup hacks, specifically around the meal prep business. And I do want to continue putting out videos there, but a lot of those people who are subscribed there, they may or may not be cool with the Earth 2 stuff. I'm sure everyone's interested in it, but I did want to segment another channel so I can dedicate exclusively to earth2.io investment strategy and updates and all sorts of other stuff because, like I said, I will release ongoing content there sporadically with Earth 2 stuff, but I want to start putting the lion's share of it on this channel and get more of the dialogue going back and forth. And, just like I said, just kind of segment it, bifurcate the content, going live and things like that. Obviously, my meal prep students, the people who are starting meal prep businesses, they, might not need to watch me go live and talk about Earth 2. So I want to do all my live streaming. And I've actually got an idea for a show. Might be doing the first episode later today with a buddy of mine, another YouTuber. And he is completely new to earth2.io. So I think it's going to be great to hear his questions. I'm still very new to it, but I have this obsessive kind of habit. A lot of my friends know me as the person who, if you need someone to dive deep on something and just stay up until 4 a.m. just scouring the internet for it, whether it's like a conspiracy theory or a new business model or investment, like I'm that guy. I'm the guy who got into cryptocurrency before all of my friends. I was trading foreign exchange. Not that I found something new, but I was the first, like in my early 20s, I was doing foreign exchange trading and this trading currency for those of you who don't know. And I'm just the guy who, like, I get into something, I get obsessive, I dive deep, and earth2.io has my attention now. So I love having a YouTube channel where I can share the information that I'm getting. I'm getting, some good comments and some good questions from other people in the, the comments that are below the shows, the show notes and everything. So some of the questions I don't have answers to, and it makes me like, oh, I didn't even think of that question yet. And I dive deep and I get the answer and I'll put it into another video. My strategy, if you watch my videos that I've already posted, like my first strategy video, it's not completely, I would say it's still very relevant, but my mindset that I had when I shot that video, it has changed. And that's what I'm excited about, is as this very new, I mean, this is only several months, it's only a couple months old, very new project is being birthed in front of us. And as it's evolving, we're still in phase 1. We still have phase 2 and 3 that are on the books, let alone, all the other internal phases that the developers have mentioned they haven't disclosed publicly just because it's too sensitive and it's other, hush hush stuff they're working on. So I'm very excited about this because this is like the equivalent of being in the forums when Bitcoin was being discussed. I mean, we are just shy of talking about, the theory behind the evolution and the genesis of this entire project. We're getting it right. Like they just did their first live stream ever for the entire history of this company or project. And it has existed for a while. This, obviously, for them to be this far along in the game and being ready to launch, they've worked on it for a while. I think they've got a number of years in on this project. And it's just gradually evolved. And now it's finally gone to phase 1 publicly, which is where we are. Like I said, right now, we're in phase 1 right now. The objective is buying land, trading land, getting used to the idea, getting the word out. And they mentioned in the live stream, and I've got another video that does a really good job at summarizing all the points that they discuss in the live stream and all the important kind of nitty gritty stuff. But they said that the amount of success they've had, they went viral. They weren't expecting it. They basically said that in about 2 or 3 weeks worth of time, they had the amount of growth that they were expecting in a year. And that was probably they were probably even thinking like, oh, gee, would we really grow that fast in a year? Boom, 2 or 3 weeks, they grew that fast. So that's why, a lot of people are experiencing, it's a laggy site. They're putting on more and more servers, but as more and more people get on this, it's almost like it's compounding, because everybody who gets on tells their friends about it. So more people come on. So like adding one then adds another two, and then each of those two add another two, and just more and more come on. So they just can't get the servers on fast enough. They can't hire people fast enough. And it's a good problem to have, because as I mentioned in the video, the opposite of that would be there's 100 people worldwide who are interested in this and it's kind of fizzling out. That means if you're one of those 100 people who've invested, there's nobody else coming in and securing this project. The amount of funding that they're raising for this, because that's what this basically is, this land grab is us funding the project so they can hire and develop and bring all these other things to fruition. Obviously, they've probably got tons of money already invested in it for the, these salaries for these, developers and everything else. But as far as publicity, they haven't done any marketing. This is all word of mouth. This is all people who are putting their money into this, who are so excited about this investment, turning around and telling their friends. Like nothing, I've never seen anything grow like this. I've seen stuff similar to this in the cryptocurrency world, but a lot of times they still had to put funding and efforts into marketing. And with this, like they explicitly said that they don't work with any influencers. They haven't put any money into marketing. They haven't even rolled out their trailer video, which is going to be like their promotional video. And they actually said they're going to hold it back on that because they expect it to only explode even further when they release that trailer video. And right now they're having enough trouble. So those are good problems to have. It's like when, reports came out about Tesla having trouble fulfilling orders. That sounds like a bad thing, but that's a great thing, because when you're the only person with that product, with that widget, with that service, and there's back orders, that's beautiful. Now, if I was selling, Coca-Cola and someone could walk across the street and buy Pepsi, it's not such a great thing, because I'm bringing attention to a product, and that attention, since I can't meet the demand with my supply, it's going elsewhere. When you're the only one and you have like the opposite of, you have scaling issues. Basically, you have problems keeping up with the scale. A lot of businesses have trouble, finding the justification in demand to increase their supply. I'm an entrepreneur. For those of you who haven't been following me on my other channel, I've been in several businesses, always startups, always something that I'm on the ground floor of, starting from scratch. So I know I know to such a deep core level of my being how optimistic, or how optimistically inclined a lot of people are going to be because of the laggy site. Like, it looks like a bad thing. All these things look like negatives. But like I said, it's just like Tesla not being able to compete with orders. It's not like someone who wants to buy a Tesla is going to be like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get it for 3 months. Never mind. I'm going to go buy, a V8 Mustang. No, they wanted to buy that product when they're the only one on the block with that product. People are just going to wait for it, and they're going to wait with their money, and they're going to put in advanced orders. So with this, it's very similar, but the good news is we're able to still buy. Now, one tip that I will suggest to you guys, what I found is it does seem to be more laggy when I use my computer. When I go on my cell phone, it doesn't seem to be, I don't have as many issues with it lagging. Now, that might just be the time of day. I haven't really gone side by side where my computer's lagging. I switched to my cell phone, but I have noticed, I was very surprised by how responsive things have been on my cell phone. So maybe try that out. Try getting on your cell phone. I don't know what the reason would be, because I'm not going through an app or anything that's simplified, but for some reason it seemed like it was responding better. Like I was having issues purchasing and selecting squares and stuff like that because the site was laggy. And when I went on my cell phone, I actually had a much better experience. So that's a little tip for you guys. Coming up on 10 minutes, I just wanted to jump on here really quickly. Not sure if we're going to be broadcasting the show that I'm going to do with my buddy Dan. I'm not sure if we're going to be broadcasting it onto this channel or if we're going to be using another channel, but keep an eye out for that. If you guys don't catch it live, then I will try to have it posted up here so you can see what we go over. We are going to be doing basically whoever, I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but I think I'm going to have people either sign up in advance as we get rolling or put their referral codes and information in the, or I guess just the referral codes in the comments. while we're live. And if we do any purchases, we're going to be using your referral code. So that's a great reason to catch us live. Not sure what we're going to call the show, not sure how many episodes we're going to have, but I think it's going to be a consistent thing, at least weekly. I'd like to do it maybe a couple of times a week, because I think there's so much evolution to this, and it's happening so fast that in these beginning stages, I think it's important to keep up with the updates and get them out to you guys in real time. The way I look at it is like, I only have so much money. I can't buy all the opportunities that I see. I still have money and I am still strategically buying, but I don't feel like I have to hold all my secrets to me. I like paying it forward. I'm a big believer in karma. And the way I look at it is, if I give you some information that helps you and you use my referral code, that's awesome. If later on down the road you see some kind of opportunity, or I think this Earth 2 thing is going to be huge. And I think us being like the pioneers of it is going to be really cool. And us having relationships formed over this is going to be something I'm really excited about. So in any case, I hope to continue bringing you guys the updates and the new strategies that I have. Some stuff I was buying today, just to let you know, I was buying in Belarus. I was buying specifically in Minsk, which is like the capital of Belarus. It was still at 14 cents per square when I was buying it. It's a European country. I think the European countries are going to go very quickly. This is obviously, these are English speakers who are developing Earth 2. So not all of them actually, but primarily the CEO is Australian, and a lot of the other guys, actually everybody's from like different countries in the developer thing that I saw. Like one dude's from Italy, another dude's from Korea, another dude's from I don't know, somewhere in Scandinavia or Germany or something like that. But what I'm trying to say is America, like I'm seeing the American flags first, but what that's telling me is people who don't speak English as the native language, they haven't found out about this as much. It hasn't gone as viral there. So people in Europe probably aren't buying up Europe at the rate that Americans are buying up everything. So as Europeans start getting more and more onto this, and I heard Russians especially love Belarus, and probably the Ukraine. But as you know, other countries become more involved in this, these things are going to be getting bought up. And you know, if the people in, it doesn't look like the people in Minsk are aware of this, because there's a lot of land available, and if that's the capital of your country, like New York, one of the first places to get bought up. DC, first places to get bought up. Miami, like all the big cities in those countries are the first ones to get bought up, because people in those countries are like, I'm going to buy up the places that I know that are most popular. What are those? The capitals, the big cities, etc. So the fact that Minsk had so much land tells me that people in Belarus aren't aware of it yet. So as the Russians become more involved, other Europeans become more involved, I think Russia's going to be a hot spot. I've also been buying some stuff in South America and Africa. Basically, the United States, I've cooled off on. I bought some stuff in the States very early on. In one of my videos, I mentioned how I bought Jeffrey Epstein's house in Palm Beach, just because I was trying to think of like out of the box kind of famous places. But now my strategy's changed a bit, and I am looking at stuff that is highly trafficked, places that there's a lot of foot traffic, monuments, amusement parks. There was some monument that I bought a little bit of in actually two different monuments in Belarus that I bought in Minsk specifically. One thing that I've been doing, here's another tip for you guys. If you can see the traffic, if you switch it to satellite and you see a bunch of cars, whether they're in the parking lot or there's a bunch of traffic on the road, something around there might not be showing up on the map as something that's hot and obvious, like a mall. Like malls often show up on the map and you're able to see, and like, oh, wow, a lot of people go to the mall. Let me buy the mall. If you see a lot of traffic around a certain area, that's a financial district or something, and there's a lot of people in real life going around there. As they explain, and check out my other video on the CEO and developers notes and how I go through all that. But one of the strategies I got from that is they want to make it very immersive. So while we're walking around in real life, they want it to have AR and VR functionality through our cell phones and mobile devices. So when you're at Disney World, you're going to be waiting in line and be like, you know what? I wonder what's right here in Earth 2. Let me flip over. And you'll see maybe someone built some other type of Disney World. Maybe somebody built a mansion. Maybe somebody, you don't know what someone built there. So you'll be able to tap in. And the more people, if you own a place that is highly trafficked and there's marketing or something else, because later on down the road, like on your land, you might put up a billboard or there might be some kind of engaging immersive marketing, and you work with another company and you do the marketing on your locations and you're able to sell every time there's a view. If you buy someplace that has a lot of foot traffic and people are often going like, oh, what's around here, you're going to get more eyeballs on your ads. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of ways to go about this. Also, people are doing investment based on resources. I've been buying up gold mines and oil fields and what else? All sorts of stuff. Trying to be around. I got some forest area in case we need lumber. Got some oceanfront stuff. I bought up some islands, like where I have the entire island. Not sure if that's just going to be cool to have or if there's going to be some kind of value to that. I also think that water and ocean are going to be the next thing. Right now, not a lot of people seem to be doing that. I think once all the land's built up, people are going to be forced to start buying up the water in the ocean. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like if I was trying to develop this, I'm trying to think of what they'd be thinking of. It's like, how do I make it so that like everything, I don't want people who are getting in late to feel like they don't have a way to get skin in the game, in a way to, like, I don't want anybody to feel like they're too late to this. So what would I do? Well, I would put resources all over the place. I'd put some resources that are going to be, correlative to where resources exist. So like oil fields and gold mines and stuff like that. But I would also probably do random resources all over the place. There is offshore drilling. There is reason to believe, I've seen shows where they do, gold mining in the water. I think it's out in Alaska and stuff. There's enough gold that gets washed out from the rivers or whatever, and it's down in the bottom of the ocean there, and they're able to dredge that stuff up and do gold mining that way from like boats and stuff. So I would be trying to, if I was a developer, I'd be trying to offer some kind of an incentive or some kind of reason for people to be buying up the water. I don't know. That's just me. We will see. We're still in phase 1. Phase 2 is coming. They said it's going to be as soon as they can get it out. And then obviously we have 3, and those are the only ones that are mentioned so far. Check out my other video on that. Maybe I'll put a link in the show notes. Got 1 person watching so far. Hello to you. I think I have a total of 3 subscribers. I know it's very early, but I just wanted to jump on, dump that so you know what's going on. Maybe we'll catch the show. It'll probably be in a couple hours. I think we're going to shoot for 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is now 1:09, so in about 3 hours. Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck with your investment, and I want you guys to all have fun. Don't bet the rent. Only play with money you can afford to lose, and let's look forward to the long term of this. I can't wait to get to phase 3 where we get to plug on a VR headset and start visiting some of our lands. I've got some islands I can't wait to visit. And yeah, I'm really excited. I've got like, I don't know how many tiles now. I think I've got like 1,200 tiles or so. Put a good amount in. So I will be buying on that live thing as well. So if you catch this and you tune in, if there's not a lot of eyeballs on there, you have a high probability of me using your referral code. Rock on, guys. Have a good one.